Welcome to the Collective Code, where we decode the mindset, strategies, and the systems behind luxury real estate, leadership, and legacy.
We're three agents that are raising the standard and unlocking what it really takes to lead in today's market.
This is the Collective Code. Let's unlock it together.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Collective Code. I'm Daniel Hunt, aka Dan Can, the People's Realtor, and I have the pleasure to be in the company of my brothers.
Hey everybody, Tommy Wooten here, putting the woot in real estate.
Yes, and this is Luke Jones, the host of the Dallas Home Collection and your favorite realtor as well.
And before we get started, I want to be sure, hey guys, we want to encourage you guys to like so the algorithm can push us out and help us grow. So we want to ask for your cooperation in that. Like this, comment, because we love to interact with you all. We want to get to know who is watching us, and subscribe to the channel because we want you a part of the family. And last, please share this with another realtor who you think would want to get this information and this insight. And with that, Tommy, what are we talking about on today?
Yeah, guys, and for those of you out there, luxury starts with the listing or the buyer, or so we thought. That's a lie, all right? Because we actually know that luxury starts with branding, presentation, and confidence. And so that's what we want to talk about today. Guys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
It doesn't start with the listing, does it?
Yeah, it starts, I think luxury starts with a mindset.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
Yeah,
It starts
yeah.
all in the mindset. And it's not a price point. It's literally how you are presenting yourself. You know, what are you trying to attract?
Yeah.
You know? And I think we attract what we put out into the atmosphere, whether it be from your dress, from your speech, what you're intaking as far as knowledge, what you're reading. Yeah. You embody all luxury before the client shows up.
Yeah.
And because of that embodiment, eventually you will attract that luxury listing or that buyer that wants to buy that luxury home.
100%, man.
Yeah.
100%. It's definitely not a price point. It's an experience. Like you guys, I've been to lots of 5-star restaurants, but it's real nice to sometimes have an experience going to a restaurant that might be a 3-star restaurant, and the waiter is giving me a 5-star experience. I feel like, man, I want to tip her as much as I tipped her going to, Del Frisco's or Nick and Sam's. You know, so it's really. It said it perfectly. It's not always the price point; it's the experience and the attention to detail.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah, 100%.
It is. So what misconceptions do you guys think agents have about entering luxury?
The number one misconception I get is that you have to go through some type of training or some type of certification to enter the luxury field. Like we know, Champions and a lot of other different schools, they do offer. So if you can know, the more you know, the better. I definitely encourage you to learn, but don't let that hold you back.
Yes.
When I was able to get into a luxury broker before, our organization, and I realized that a lot of people in there, they didn't know what they was doing. They had no idea what they were doing. And here we are. We're at this luxury broker, but it's more, again, it's the mindset. Like, this is something I wanted to do. And so I got into the mindset of, okay, who do I need to become to feel comfortable showcasing these luxury properties? And I kind of worked backwards. And I do that with a lot of things. I tried my best anyway, do that with a lot of things. Okay, what's the end goal? How do I see myself at the end? And then work backwards.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Another misconception that a lot of realtors have when it comes to stepping into the luxury space is they think they need so much experience before they actually step out there. Yeah. I have to have sold so many multi-million-dollar homes. I need to have been in the business for, 10 years before I can actually, step into, that role of a luxury realtor. But what people don't understand is that somebody buying $1 million plus home, they need guidance just like a first-time home buyer.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if they bought $1 million home before, because we're not in the same market. The market is shifted. This is not 2008. It's not
Yeah.
2022. It's
Yeah.
a completely different market that we're in.
Right.
So if you approach luxury real estate from the standpoint of an advisor,
Yeah.
instead of thinking that you have to know everything. No, I'm going to advise you through this process, and I don't have to have 30 years of experience selling multi-million-dollar homes.
Right.
But one thing that Dan always says is you need to start acting as if right now, even if you're a brand new realtor, even if you just got your license, start acting as if from day one, and surround yourself with luxury.
Right.
The more you're surrounded with luxury, the more you have a draw towards that thing. Just like you said, when you go to nice restaurants or go stay at a nice resort, you get a taste for it, right? The reason a lot of people don't really step into luxury is because they don't have, number one, they don't have a taste for it, and they're not comfortable around it. Get yourself out of your comfort zone. Go into those homes, go into those neighborhoods, spend time there. The neighborhood that I'm going to be living in here shortly, a luxury neighborhood, I can basically drive around that neighborhood in my mind and tell you the different streets that are there because I've spent so many time, so much time there. I'm comfortable in that environment. So now it's no longer intimidating.
It's
for
not
me.
intimidating no more.
It's not. It's just a regular neighborhood to me now, right? It's no longer intimidating because I entrenched or I surrounded myself with that level of luxury, and I got comfortable there. So now it's not like, it's so far off in the future. Selling luxury real estate for the average agent that wants to step into luxury real estate is not so far off in the future. The possibility of you selling luxury real estate is always defined by your ability to get comfortable in the luxury real estate and just step out into the space.
There's so many different ways to go on this. The misconceptions really are they're cumbersome to trying to build a solid career. But one thing that I've noticed throughout the years is agents will get in their own ways by thinking that they have to be something other than what they are. For instance, they will say, I can't be luxury because I'm too young. They want to they want to be something outside.
That's a common one.
Their demographic.
A
lot of guys that look like us, they'll say, I can't do luxury. You got to be white to do luxury.
That's
a real lie.
Got to be Asian to do luxury. Got to be Indian or. No.
I like that you're not afraid to go there. That's why I call you my brother. I like that you're not afraid to go there because some people are afraid to go there. I ain't afraid to go there. So I'm glad I'm surrounded by like-minded individuals. But full transparency, that's where I was at 5 years ago.
Okay.
That's why, sorry to cut you off.
No,
but it's such a bar because that's where I was at. I didn't want to have my face on stuff. I had that misconception, you know what I mean? Because, I'm like, I want them to think, Daniel Hunt, I have a name where you don't know who I am. But I'm like, they're going to see me anyway. But as I got into my future self and really started to act as if, that was out the window. So sorry to cut you off, but that was. Man. I'm glad you said it because a lot of people have that. They need to hear that.
Yeah, and in this industry too, and I've been in rooms where people will be like, on that sign, you don't need your face on the sign. Why wouldn't I need my face on the sign? If this is all about branding, real estate is really marketing.
It is.
Right? It's me marketing myself. So when you're ready to buy or sell a home, you reach out to me. Why would you tell me not to have my face on the sign?
My face is not on the signs now only because of the design we went with. It didn't really fit well, but my face is on a lot of stuff now. It's
face
on a lot
being
of stuff.
on the sign, face being in your marketing pieces, face being on social media. And the thing is you want to be associated with this.
Exactly.
That's the reason why when you see those golden arches, you automatically know you're going to get a Big Mac, right? You're going to get some fries, you're going to get a McFlurry because that logo is actually associated with fast food. You want to be associated with luxury, so entrench yourself in it. Right? And don't be afraid to step out there. You said something that, it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter, your age.
Right.
And that's something that people really have to overcome is the mindset. The mindset around what's possible for them. Right. And I overcame that. I was actually staying in $1 million home. Right. Not even wanting, my average price point at the time was $250 to $300.
Right.
And until the pandemic hit, And I started to notice, like, you spend a lot of time with your neighbors. Everybody in my neighborhood lived in million-dollar
Can't nobody go
homes.
nowhere.
Yeah, can't nobody go nowhere. And I started to notice, man, these are regular people that need my
Regular
guidance
people.
as a professional.
Okay.
But if you fail to see yourself as a professional where you can guide people through the process, you'll
100%.
think that thing is unattainable.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at the agents that are selling real estate. They just had the gall enough to put themselves out there
Yeah.
and actually attract what they want.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what skin color they are. It doesn't matter what age they are. You know, and if you look at the demographics of people that are buying, especially here in North Texas, in my neighborhood specifically, you know, African Americans make up about 10 to 15% of the population in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it's not
A lot
that,
of people don't think
yeah.
that from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing is, they have to have a realtor as well. You know, other demographics have to have a realtor as well. So if we can buy it, why can't you sell it?
100%.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, sometimes we can also get in our own heads when we've arrived there and then we still don't think like we belong there.
Yeah, man.
Like I've caught myself on showings to buyers that are looking in the $2 to $3 million range, and they hired me for a reason, yet something deep down inside is like, oh, they brought their mom. I wonder what their mom is thinking of me. When actually I should be focused on the home, right? So
Right.
it's one of these things. It's a constant battle, but they're small wins that we have to. It's like we have to go after and we have to achieve. There's wars and there's battles, right?
Yeah.
Challenging ourselves to be the best version inside this home, in the car, at home, as we wake up. And just stacking wins on wins on wins. That's how you win the war.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
by winning
Yeah.
the little battles.
Yeah.
I got a
Yeah.
question for you guys. What attributes or behaviors, you guys got to go on this.
Yeah.
What attributes or behaviors make someone appear unready for luxury?
I'm going to tell you right now that I think we can all attest to this: lack of confidence.
Yeah.
Lack of confidence. That's the only thing
you
that's
gotta have
gonna.
it.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's gonna make you seem as though you're not ready to step into that space, because
a big one.
you don't have confidence. And to piggyback off of something that you just said, you said sometimes you could be in showing a $2 to $3 million home, and you're worrying about, hey, what is this person gonna think? You get in your own head, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But this
Still
is something that we've all had to overcome, and this is been clinically diagnosed as imposter syndrome, right? And the crazy thing is, the only person that thinks that you are the imposter at that moment is yourself. That's the only person that thinks that you're the imposter,
it.
because
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
yeah.
you were hired.
Correct.
You were
Right.
hired because
Right.
you're a professional, you know what you're doing, you're confident, right?
Yeah.
But we all have experienced this, where you allow that imposter's voice to become so loud in your head.
It's crazy, man, because you will be there hired, and you know how you acquire these clientele. You were either referred to them or you attracted them. And even so, even if you did outbound, be it postcards or whatever, they then reached out to you
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
hire,
Yeah.
and then you do that to yourself. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that to yourself.
Exactly.
Be in the
Yeah.
moment.
What you really have to get to the bottom of, and I think we've all overcome this, is what's really the truth, right? What's really the truth is the voice that you're hearing that says, "Hey, I'm not worthy. I'm not ready. What are they gonna think?" Is that voice gonna be louder than the truth? The truth
Right.
is, I'm a professional. These people trust me with one of the biggest purchases that they're probably going to make in their entire life, because of my professionalism. And once you quiet that voice, and that's the thing about imposter syndrome, right? It wants to quiet you.
It does.
Right? Only one of you can win. You said it was a battle, right? Only one person can come out victorious in a battle. And I haven't seen any battles, win in draws,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
exactly.
only
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of
yeah.
you can actually take over the space, that mental space, right? So once you decide that, hey, no, I'm actually going to win this, that's a lie. The truth is, I'm an extreme professional. I'm a luxury expert. Once you quiet that voice in your head, I mean, later on during the process, you're gonna say, "Man, why would I even listen to that?"
And
you know?
and no, it's great. That's a great point. And what you have to also realize is, if the opportunity comes your way, you're ready for it. It's
Yes.
just, you just have to take the initiative to take advantage of it. Right? There's been opportunities that I've asked for, I've prayed for, God's given it to me, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I thought I really wanted this. I wanted this. I have to step into this. You have to step into it. So if someone calls you and you're used to doing $300,000, $400,000 homes, $500,000 homes, which is nothing wrong with that. I take those deals too. I take those deals all day long.
Absolutely.
Okay, all day long. But you get a client that's looking to purchase something 2, 3, 4 million, right? And they truly, honestly trust you. You're ready for that.
Yes.
God is not going to send that to you if he feels as though you cannot step into it. It's up to you to make the decision if you're going to do it or not. Right. And it's to stretch you. Like it's to stretch you. And it's also, it starts to what I call the brainwashing process. You see, like where I'm at today is years of brainwashing.
Yeah.
Can't nobody tell me I'm not worthy to be in any space. I don't care who he is.
Exactly.
It doesn't. You just can't tell me that, right? But that came from years and years of brainwashing myself, and then being intentional.
Yes.
Shameless plug, being intentional about the people you hang around. If I hang around these guys, and I'm pretty sure the same way is because they iron sharpen iron.
Yes, it does.
You see what I'm saying? I do things just, sometimes unconsciously thinking like, okay, what my brothers think about this? Or what would so and so think about this? How would they react? Like, that's why it's important to have the right people around you that's going to encourage you and tell you that you can do it, even when you in your mind think that you can't. They're like, dude, what you talking about? You can do this. So
a couple action items that I think are very important to help an agent secure their first luxury listing. I think you put your best foot forward and put some postcards, some mailers into that specific neighborhood. All right? So pick out a neighborhood. Send snail mail out to that neighborhood. Nice, oversized postcards, and farm a neighborhood that you otherwise, may or may not be in. Put yourself there. Okay?
But don't do it if you're going to be consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
You can't do
or
it one
two
at a
times
time.
is
Ain't
not
gonna
gonna
work.
work.
It's not
Great,
going to
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
So be seen in that neighborhood physically. Get familiar with the homes in said neighborhood. Get familiar with the streets. Get familiar with the school district, the schools, the day-to-day regimen of the people in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we can call that action item number 2. Number 3, when you receive that call from the homeowner to come sit at that table, all right? You've been invited in. There's a great chance that if someone's looking to sell, you're going to have a little competition.
Yes.
You may be up against another realtor.
Depends on how you got the client. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right. Yeah.
If someone's looking to sell, and a lot of times in any price point, people will interview multiple realtors. So when you sit at that table, that's where your confidence has to come through. But also, that's where your research has to come through. You should be very well versed in your listing presentation. You have to have the ninja mindset in order to relay all that you are going to do for those sellers.
Yeah.
You make it impossible for them to ask you for some of your commission.
Yeah.
Because this is a part of being a realtor. Your branding, your marketing, I'm sorry, should be so grand and laid out for them that they're like, oh, well, shoot. They're really going to do everything. They're going to do print. They're going to do drone and professional photography. And hopefully you have studied other luxury listings and seen the type of pictures, the type of marketing, and what have you that they are doing. And good luck on that listing appointment. Good luck, I mean to say. And the last thing, as Daniel pointed out, who you surround yourself with is very important.
Yes.
If you are, I go back to myself 10 years ago, and I'm sitting in Coldwell Banker in Frisco, Texas. There are different levels of agents. I feel like every agent, every office has like the negative guy who has been a realtor
or guys.
30 to 40 years. These leads suck and just horribly negative. Stay away from that guy. And every office has the 2 or 3 top producers. Be around those top producers. Hang around them. Do lunch with them. Offer to do stuff for them. Take them to lunch. Bring them in coffee, whatever. And that will propel you into getting that first listing. You can't do it hanging around the negative guy, and you can't do it hanging around the people. You have to be around the people that also operate in that stratosphere. That's what I got. 100%. I don't know how many that was, but that's
that was good. That was good. That was
really
good.
Really good. You go ahead.
And if you want to know what it looks like to work with us, right? If you want to know what it looks like to work with us, be sure to check out our information in descriptions. We also have a way to get in contact with us pinned to the top of the chat. What we also will do, which I kind of came to the top of my head, if you want to reach out to us and know what it looks like to maybe look at our listing presentation, I have a pretty good batting average using the listing presentation that I have let my clients look at. So if you're interested in getting that, looking to see what that looks like, get in contact with us. Information in the description, pinned to top of chat.
Let's go.
We're so grateful to be able to relay this information. Let's talk about the execution, building luxury presence today. What are the easiest visual upgrades an agent can make today before they've even got that listing?
Easy visual upgrades to themselves. Did you mean to sales or period?
On that. Visual, as in people see us, people see.
I ended up, I'm gonna let you go on that. I know we got some stuff, so I'm gonna let Luke go first on this.
I thought you was gonna go Shador. I thought this is the easiest visual. No,
Well, I'm gonna leave that easy visual to that's y'all. But I would say one of the easiest visuals, right, is to really be intentional about where you're seeing it, what spaces you're seeing in, right? So if you're thinking about, hey, I want to attract luxury buyers, I want to attract luxury sellers, you have to understand that one of the biggest promotion tools that you have right now is social media, right? And what light are you being seen in?
They're going there.
They're actually going to check your social media. They're going to Google you. People are actually ChatGPTing you right now. So how are you being seen online? If what you want to attract are luxury buyers and sellers, right? You should, luxury is, like I said, is not necessarily a price point, but your social media should have more of luxury looking properties than, fixer-uppers.
If that's what you're trying to attract.
If that's what you want to attract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
Your social media, it's okay every once in a while to do the affordable housing videos. However, you can't just do affordable housing videos and then expect to land the price point that you're trying to land.
It's not going to happen.
I can speak from from experience as a buyer of luxury real estate. When I was relocating to Texas, there were plenty of people that had really good social media presence. They were very well spoken. I had confidence in their ability to sell real estate, but their price points it was all first time home buyers. It was all, DPA programs. Nothing wrong with those, right? But they were just not speaking my language.
No.
My language was, I was looking for luxury. I'm actually looking for luxury. So if a person is looking to buy, 750, 1.2 million, and all that you're promoting is first-time home buyer, DPA, you're not speaking their language. So they're like, I'm confident that this person can sell a house. They're just not in this field, that I need them to be in. Now, the reverse is a double standard, right? So the reverse is I'm putting out all of this luxury, and you guys can attest to this. People will reach out to you, and they're a first-time home buyer. They want to spend $275,000. You know,
Right,
so you'll
right.
still attract those. You're not going to ostracize those people,
Yeah.
right? But you will ostracize the ones that want to buy luxury homes if all you're putting out there is the opposite of that.
And you 100% that, you know, whether you like it or not, perception is reality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay? Perception is reality. I said this on the last podcast, but unless you're leading with incredible value, and depending on who you are, you need to look the part. Now, that doesn't apply to everyone, but for most individuals in this industry, when I'm looking at them, it does. It definitely helps out. It makes people take you seriously before you say anything. I've tested this a gazillion times. If I go into a restaurant, if I go into a store and I have on a jogging suit, the way people treat me as opposed to me in a suit is night and day.
Yes.
People will call me Mister. People are opening up doors. People
yeah.
twice my age are calling me sir. There's no argument to that. I've heard
Yes.
some people argument to me, and it's like, you can't argue when I've done this for years, and it happens 100 times. It happens every day. It's going to happen today.
Yeah.
The respect is there.
The respect is there. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's understood. So if you want to cut out all the noise and all the foolishness, right? It's important, and you can do this in very affordably. You know, sometimes starting out, you may not be able to afford a custom suits or you know, or custom suits for the ladies or whatever. But there are ways to do it affordable,
Yes.
to be affordable. But if you're not a multi-millionaire, you can't afford not to take your appearance seriously. You can't afford not to.
Yes,
Yes.
that's one of the easiest things. And to piggyback off of what Dan just said, is something that my dad told me as a young kid, right? You dress how you want to be addressed.
You dress how you want to be addressed.
You dress how you want to. So I think that would probably be the easiest thing to do first off bat.
Off
Right?
bat.
Off bat. Dress how you want to be addressed. If you want to be addressed as a luxury real estate agent, you need to dress that way. And like you said, unless you're worth multi-millions of dollars and you can wear a t-shirt and show up, you know, in a pair of jeans and sneakers, but how you're going to be addressed.
Which I probably won't still do that then, me
Yeah.
personally. But
No,
you
that
can
ain't
if you
who
want
I
to. It's
am.
just,
Yeah.
you're
So-
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you guys are spot on.
Yeah.
You know, I think professional headshots, you know, they're not even all that expensive these days.
Yeah.
Making sure that do something to have your headshot look different from others. You know, when you put out I go back to the strategy of being seen in these places. You have to layer your marketing regardless of the price point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that means that you can't just do a ring came under. There's a ring. You grab that for somebody.
I got a nice little wedding.
Hey guys, we are
This
live.
podcast is amazing. Wedding rings and everything.
Whose shoe is that? They wear
I got
We'll
it
get
over
to it.
here.
We'll get over it.
Yeah, I got it.
We are live.
So that postcard that you're sending out, it is on top of being seen on social media. Being seen on social media should be on top of for instance, your Google business.
Yes.
I want to point that out. Get yourself a Google business account, build
Yes,
it up,
yes.
get reviews, what have you. On top of that, be seen in the neighborhood. That's 4 different layers right there. Your Google business, your social media, print, and in person.
Presence.
Okay, and kind of make it match. You know, if you are suited and booted in your headshots, you owe it to yourself to continue that and show up in person,
At least
looking quite similar.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? Good point. I always make it a point to, on the first showing, at least on the definitely first showing,
Yes.
to present yourself as the person that they saw. Usually I do it twice.
Yes. Good.
All the time.
Yeah.
And after that, listen, this is who you got now.
Yeah.
This is who you got. So after that now, you may see me dressed a little bit more casual, right? That way it doesn't, you kind of keep that mind, that mindset
so
of this
good.
is the
Yeah.
person that, you know what I mean? I always make sure I do that. And before we go, I guess we got probably about a few more minutes. I want to throw a shout out to my ladies. make sure that you present yourself to where's the husband is going to respect you, a man is going to respect you, and the woman is not going to be intimidated working with you.
Preach.
Wow. That's something that you want
Preach.
to definitely because you will have people that would have normally maybe worked with you, but saying, well, she looking like that and she built like that. I don't want my husband around that.
Man,
You
okay,
open up a can of worms there.
You see what I'm saying? Because the woman, and I'm saying, you know how you are with your lady.
Yeah.
You're like whatever she want.
Yeah.
It's whatever she want, for the most part. You know what I mean?
So real quick before we end, now that you've opened that can of worms,
I had to do it. I had to do it.
Let's talk about, in our organization, we have a sports and entertainment division. All right. Luxury. All right. If we've seen Basketball Wives, you need to know that it doesn't take a genius to know that wives are protective over their family. They don't
100%.
no one wants their family being tampered with.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
42 or was it
43%.
43% of transactions in 2024 were married couples.
Married couples,
Okay.
yeah.
Don't shut out 43%.
I knew you were gonna go there.
Are
Yeah.
trying to do
Yep.
a record year and double or triple your average price point. Don't do that. You need
Yeah.
married couples within your marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that.
Yeah, you're talking about the way that you're being perceived, right? Perception is reality.
Yeah.
And just think about it like this. How you are perceived could actually equate to an extra 2 to 3 deals a year. And just think about that 1 or 2 buyers that you ostracized because
the 30,
of
40,
how
50, 60
unprofessional
grand.
you showed up.
Yeah.
Because we obviously know that there's a stripper pole, the real estate agent pipeline, right? we already know that, which there's no problem for people wanting to elevate their lives.
It's real.
Right?
Yeah,
but
it's real.
this is a profession.
Yeah, it's a profession.
You wouldn't show up to Goldman Sachs, trying to present looking like that.
Yeah,
We don't
need
do
to
that
be
in
said.
this industry as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to be addressed. You're going to be addressed how you dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dress how you want to be addressed.
Yeah.
Guys, this is the Collective Code podcast. This topic, you heard it, luxury without limits, becoming $1 million agent before the $1 million listing or buyer. I hope you all got a lot out of this. Come back and see more of our podcasts. We're going to do them regular, and we're going to do them live as well. You can see more of us on huntglobalcollective.com.
Yes.
And we cannot wait to do another one, guys. Have a good one.
See you next time.
Have a good one.